Hello, guitar enthusiasts of the bargain variety. You're gonna ask yourself, you might have seen this in some track here or there where I teased you a little bit. You might have asked yourself, what the crap is this? How do I tell this story? So, for years we worked on the HP42 signature, which we, from the very beginning, said we're only gonna have 42 of. And it's strange, it's kind of in my logo colors, and then it turned into something not turquoise but more green, but we loved it. And there it is, the HP42 signature in the turquoisey green thing, with purple pickups, a hitchhiker logo, Congo's paw on the back of the headstock, and all those things, all those little things that make it my guitar. And come on, is it my signature guitar, the only guitar I play? Of course not. I don't play on stages, and I'm not an artist in a way. I used to be, but I'm not. I'm a YouTube dude. So it's a cool project that I did with Harley Benton, a guitar with ideas that I wanted to be in there. Like, I don't like inexpensive guitars with tremolos because it's just asking for trouble. So, fixed bridge, all these things. I'm not the biggest P90 guy, but I like the idea of having a P90 in the front and being able to have amazing sounds in between. Leslie, the little dog, wants to go outside now. I mean, to you. Can you go get the little dog? Bye-bye, Django. I like matching headstocks. I'm very much in favor of locking tuners in any price range, and in this price range, it's pretty phenomenal that it has locking tuners. So this is why we did the guitar the way that it is. And you seem to really want it, because we had 42 to sell, and we had almost 700 people who wanted one. So we raffled it off. Will there be a regular model that is unlimited? Yes. Is that it? No, it's not. So here's what happened. This is the Oopsy edition. That's my idea. And Thomann had to go with it. This is the Oopsy edition of the HP42 signature. Why is it Oopsy? Well, because my buddy Lasse from Harley Benton, who was behind this whole project, and also Stefan Weitzel and Dominic and all the guys from marketing, Lasse thought, well, for the series model, let's do mahogany neck. Well, to which I said, wait a second, that's not the neck that the guitar has, and if we do a series model, it shouldn't be a different guitar, should it? No, it shouldn't be. It should be the guitar, just with, you know, less specs or some less of the weird features that I like, you know, hitchhiker logo and stuff. So, Lasse then still thought it would be a good idea to check it out with the mahogany neck, and he ordered a sample, which the company in, I don't know, Indonesia, wherever he makes them, I literally don't know where they're from. Does it say that? Indonesia, yes. Is, you know, happy to do. They always make a sample so we can check it out. Well, there was a kind of a mistake. No, I don't know who made the mistake, but not a sample was ordered, but around 60 guitars were ordered. So we were supposed to look at the guitar with the mahogany neck and see how the HP42 signature performs with the mahogany neck, and if that's something we want to do as kind of an alternative model. Yet, 60 of them came, which have been sitting in the warehouse at Thomann now for probably about a year. Because we said we can sell this before we sell this one. By accident, this was on the website for a couple minutes, and then we caught it and took it down, because too many questions arose. We wanted to sell the signature first. So these have been sitting there for quite a while. So you can see that that's where the Oopsy comes in. Oopsie! Ordered too many guitars even though we just wanted one. It happens that the mahogany neck version of this guitar is pretty damn great. It's different, it's rounder, it's warmer, because tone wood is fucking real. It does make a difference. Now, this guitar was ordered when the signature model was still in the stage of not having a Graphtec nut. So it's not a tusk nut. It was ordered when the signature model still had a string tree. So let's look at that. So there's a string tree, and the nut is not Graphtec, which my, you know, the regular one or the limited one has. So it's on that stage of production. Come on, isn't that way cool? and the matching headstock. So there are the locking tuners, of course, in there. No Congo's paw. So this really doesn't have any of the HP features. It's not bluish, turquoise, green. It doesn't have purple, pinky pickups. But it's, of course, my guitar. It's got a, which is very rare, unpainted mahogany neck, which feels great. The string retainer, not tree, the string retainer is, I just changed strings, that's why my hands are dirty. I don't usually look that dirty. Isn't really an issue on the guitar, so that's why I didn't really have a problem with it on the regular one. They changed it last minute. But since you don't have a floating trem, where the strings would go past it all the time, and then they get stuck and stuff, which is why they changed it on the Fusions. It's not really a problem here, so I wouldn't see this in any way as a reason to not get this instrument. It's totally fine. It's got dots in between E and A string, which is something many of you said you don't like nothing in the fretboard. I personally prefer that. The fretboard is some wood. I literally can't tell you. It might be Porphyro. I actually really don't know. It's not rosewood, I'm pretty sure. The dots are beautifully centered, and they actually have a tiny little bit of a black surround, which is kind of cool. So that's actually pretty damn neat. Nicely done there, Harley Benton. We have a string through body with ferrules. Big cavity here for the rather complicated electronics. We have luckily on this model already the truss rod adjustment right here, which I love. So much easier. The P90 from Roswell, the humbucker from Roswell, all black hardware. 3-position switch. We have push for humbucker and single coil. And we have push for out of phase, which means when you're in the middle, you have the humbucker and P90 together, humbucker and P90 out of phase, humbucker and single coil out of phase. So loads of options for really brittle kind of cool sounds, and something you heard in the track that I played at the beginning. Thank you, by the way, Elevated Jam Tracks, for making the best jam tracks on YouTube. I use your stuff all the time. I hope you're cool with it. I'll give you a shout out and write it everywhere because you're amazing. So check out Elevated Jam Tracks. The guy is a genius, and he releases a jam track pretty much every day with chords and everything. Way cool. So what is Oopsy about this? Well, one Oopsy is it's got a mahogany neck, which is what we wanted to check out, but we ordered 60. Doesn't have Congo's paw, which for this edition wasn't discussed. So the difference is color, black hardware. It's just more subtle and more compatible with, if you don't even like me, but you like the idea of the guitar. You've got the string retainer, and it came with the electronics wrong. On the signature model, they had the electronics wired wrong, and the Harley Benton QC team had to do it, completely redo the electronics on all guitars. The same on this. I've got another one here, which I got last year, and this one doesn't have the out of phase switch. Both pots did humbucker single coil. So that had to be fixed. So you can look at this here, the mahogany is quite a bit brighter. But I played this quite a bit and I really like it. It's different in ways, but awesome. So this comes when you buy it, which by the way you can do right fucking now. It's on sale right now. You can buy the, what am I gonna say? It comes in a cardboard box. There's no gig bag, there's no case. We had some issues with the cases. A couple of guitars of the Signature series, when they arrived, were a little bit dinged. Sorry guys, 2 or 3 people had issues. One guitar was, not fixable. That really bummed us out. I'm so sorry guys for that. So this comes in a standard cardboard box. There's no CDs in it, there's no signature on it, there's no nothing. But the price, €289 for this. And now we're gonna go through some sounds, and we're gonna compare it and compare it with the standard model, of course. So I'm going into the Tone King Sky King right now, which is behind my guitar, mic'd with a Lewitt MTP 440. Thank you, Leslie. And also using the aux and mixing that together. am I in this guy? Why is that driving? That's weird. Is that guitar that much output? I got some stuff from this. I imagine that it's quite a bit thicker and fatter. I wouldn't really want to riff on my signature. For me, that's a clean and a lead guitar, but it's pretty brittle downstairs. This isn't. It's much thicker, and I think it's really just the neck. Everything else is the same. So let's look at the positions in between. That single coil, which of course in the back by itself. Let's turn on this G3 pedal right here. Oh yeah, that's the other thing they didn't do. These knobs don't have a hex screw. And I don't know why people don't do this on things that come up. Generally, why don't knobs have a hex screw? So yeah, you don't have a hex screw on these. You might want to replace the knobs because, you know what, they fall off. Which is such a bummer. How much can that screw cost? On my signature, same thing. It came with knobs that didn't have a little hex screw to tighten them. Why, Indonesia? Why? Okay. That's a cool sound. I got brand new strings, let me tune. In this price range, I think these are probably the best tuners you can find. Locking, and they're precise. That's fat as hell. Impressive. Let's go into the Marshall JCM 800. Actually, let's go back, I'm sorry, and do out of phase, ein single coil. So, I changed the strings on the wrong guitar. Yep. So that's the newer one that has been fixed. Way to go, Henning! I changed the strings on the wrong guitar. So this is the one that the QC people fixed. Yep, that's me being very smart. That P90 is ultra warm and fat on this guitar. Crazy. So here you very thin. So why would you have that? Well, you put them both up, have that single coil out of phase, and then put some gain on it. Marshall JCM, put the rev in front of it, and roll this back. Interesting how the P90 really behaves differently on this instrument. So we're going to some other amps. Let's do a Vox type amp, which is the Morgan AC20. It's like a cocked wah sound. I don't know what I'm doing. So, more amps. We're gonna go to the BE 100 sound, which is the BE module in the Syn 50. Is that an amp you would have if you have this guitar? Probably not, but I still will do it. That's just awesome. It's a built-in cocked wah. I say cocked a lot. works. No, Jet City Amelia, that's more in the price range of this. I don't know how that goes. I don't know. It's got the Argos, which is a basement type amp. From Achilles. Let's compare. Put on some reverb. Now, since this doesn't have no strings, it's actually fair. The only difference here, literally, other than visuals, is the roasted maple neck and roasted maple fretboard. This is a little bit clearer. I can hear a little bit more single coiliness out of the P90. The mahogany tames a bit of that brittle high-end bite that this has. Everything here is a little bit more rounder. Oh, this, by the way, didn't have the phase reverse because it's one of the ones that was wrong. I've got some wrong ones. God damn it! It's way, way hot in here. This guitar hasn't been tuned in a while. What? Oh, it's my playing. They are similar with a slight difference, and that is the mahogany and this fretboard, whatever wood that is, makes it warmer and rounder. And for me personally, some of that high-endedness that the HP42 Signature has makes it less perfect for riffing, whereas this is more of a round guitar, and this is a beautiful, both of them do the same things. I mean, you heard the difference, it's subtle, but I would pick my Signature for leads and cleans, whereas this, I think, covers a little bit more range. You can have this now, again in a limited edition. It will not come back in this color as far as I know. And not at this price, as far as I know, because these were ordered by accident. And I'm happy it was a happy accident, because until there's actually a series model of my Signature guitar, this will hold some of you over, and it might be exactly what you're looking for, because look at the fucking grain on this. I'm looking in the camera there, and it's ridiculous. Matching headstock body, look at the shapings and all the stuff. You know the guitar, I mean, you've seen videos on it. You can have this right now, as I'm speaking, for $289. It's limited. I think between 50 and 60 are there. Grab them while they're hot, and when they're gone, they're gone. This is the Oopsy from Harley Benton, the HP42 Signature Oupsie edition. Oopsie! Link below, animals at the end. Thank you, Harley Benton and Thomann, for being silly with me. Bye, guys.